Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
I'm so good at this.
Right?
I'm so good at this whole working technology thing.
Basically.
There we go. Hi, guys. Welcome to Remnant Gamers. Tonight, what are we doing, guys? Wait, we should probably start off with who are you people?
No, we'll start off with what we're doing. We're playing D&D. My name is Servo. We got Direct Edition. What up, man?
Got D Freezy.
D Freezy.
I look frozen.
No, your mic, your cam looks good right now. Your mic also looks good.
Yeah, looks fine for right now.
And you look good
right now.
That's right.
Our host, Jono.
Hi, I'm Jono.
And we got Musao over there. What's up, man?
people?
And we have a special guest tonight. Would you like to introduce our special guest, Jono?
Why, yes, we have a wonderful special guest who is our DM. This is Akoth.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's it going, man? This is his first time on stream.
Be gentle.
Be nice.
So be nice.
Welcome.
No in and outs. All right. You gotta take it smooth, slow, saucy.
Wow.
I mean, I do like dinner first, but exceptions can be made.
Okay, so you guys heard it.
No, well,
He needs dinner.
There you go.
Very, very hungry. So we're playing D&D tonight. We're doing it online, so it's gonna be possibly one of the most amazing / janky things that we've ever done.
We'll see how it goes.
And we'll see how it goes from there. Right now, we're just getting everything started. So, what are we doing first, Austin?
So we're doing what's called a session 0 tonight. We're not going to be playing per se. We're going to be making characters, talking about what you guys want to do for campaign, and like getting the character sheet set up. The fun. I mean, I call it fun because I'm.
Well, I mean, it is like making your character is probably the best part because it kind of starts everybody somewhere. You know, you've got like a little bit of backstory that you probably came up with, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple different campaign settings that I can run through, but I'll just see where you guys want to go. I do have an adventure that I'm going to run just to get everybody. It's an easy pre-gen, ready to go. I don't have to do any work, which is great for me.
It does work.
But it's got everything.
That sounds pretty dope.
That'll help us shake off some of them cobwebs too.
Yeah. I haven't played it in like easily 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should be a good starter intro, and then we could just take that and turn in whatever you guys want to.
Does everybody in the group have a character? Are you playing a character? No, you're just a DM, right?
Yeah, I play every other character in this game.
So he's got the most amount of characters.
The most characters.
Oh yeah.
Does everybody else have a character idea, or are we kind of?
I know Jono has an idea.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who had an idea ahead of time, but I don't know if Moose or Servo, if you guys had thought of anything.
Well, what's your idea? What's your character idea?
Oh boy. So I'm gonna be playing a artificer who thinks they're a barbarian, who basically goes around at all times and attaches things to sticks and uses it as weapons.
Okay, and what's an artificer? Just for those that don't know.
So an artificer is it's a new class that was released in the Eberron book. It was in, I believe, 3.5. I could be wrong. 5th edition is my first one that I played. But it sat in Unearthed Arcana, which is technically playtesting for ever up until this Eberron book was released, and it was actually considered published content. They're basically like trying to figure out the best way to put it. So in D&D, you have full casters and you have half casters. So you've got like the druid, who's the nature caster, and then you have the ranger, which is like the kind of blend between a fighter and a druid.
Okay.
Artificer, as I understand it, was kind of a half class for the caster for wizards. They're an intelligence-based caster, but they don't have as wide of a spell gamut, but they have funny little gimmicks in there. So they're responsible for bringing like magical energy and infusing it into objects.
Okay.
And what I talked about to Jono is that he's running less of a like artificers are generally a little more like smart, bookish types. For Jono, we're running him as more of a MacGyver, but like a redneck. You know, someone who can,
Yeah.
you know, craft a solution to the problem, but it's super janky, but you know it's gonna work. Like there's never any question about it. You're just like afraid it's gonna shock you at the same time.
Interesting.
He'll have the ability to create magic items. Full disclosure, I've never looked past like 3rd level artificer.
Hey,
I know
we'll all
there's a
be a
couple different ones.
surprise.
There's like alchemist, which allows you to brew potions and things like that. My favorite is the artillerist, which allows you to have a cannon, which you can like set on the map and use as like a second. I mean, you basically just have a little walking turret. And I think there's armor smith. Again, I don't know a ton about armor. So we're gonna learn along with John now.
All right, that's all good.
Yay.
Yeah. So we've got an artificer down. I know Latuan talked about maybe running rogue.
I thought about it, but I was looking through my handbook.
Your player's handbook provided by Darby's Dungeon?
My player's handbook provided by Darby's Dungeon. Well, I
Good
bought
stuff.
from Darby's Dungeon. It wasn't provided by Darby's Dungeon.
Well, it's provided for a fee, you know, price.
And what is Darby's Dungeon exactly?
So Darby's Dungeon is a tabletop gaming lounge that's opening up hopefully sometime around June if this pandemic, you know, doesn't kill us all.
Pans out.
Sorry, is that dark?
No.
Yeah, they're a nice little tabletop board gaming bar that my friend Darby's opening. And
Hell yeah.
right now she's selling products curbside and has delivery, so that's fun. You get to see this mug. You get it delivered.
Pick
All
up your
about
board
it.
games on the curve.
All right.
But I haven't decided a class, but I noticed the Dragonborn spoke to.
Okay,
All right.
good to know. All right.
But I was doing a little bit of reading, and I was finding out that maybe the rogue is one of the worst characters that you could.
Oh no, that's the Ranger. I feel bad for anybody who plays Ranger, but God, they're not fun to play. Oh,
No.
they're so specific. They have all these different cool feats, but if you don't, like, if you're not fighting your favorite enemy, if you're not in your favorite terrain, they're basically just worse fighters. It's
Wow.
such a shame. What do you see your Dragonborn being good at?
Well, since they're like 6 feet, I didn't think he would be very stealthy.
Well, you don't have to
So-
play a rogue technically as stealthy. I mean, he doesn't have to be like a. You know, there are different archetypes. There's like the mastermind, who's more of a thinking man's thief. There's the assassin, which is more of your typical like hide in the shadows, stab people and destroy them. There's a bunch of different ones I know from different books that have come out. Let me pull up my list.
I want him to be a good fighter, like a martial arts fighter, like the awesome ninja.
You want to be like a ninja? So there's monk.
Let's say there's monk that you can do.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Can a
that's-
Dragonborn be a monk?
Anybody can be any class, really.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can definitely have a Dragonborn monk. So monks are, they're like, as the name entails, they're monks. They have specific weapon proficiencies, but they generally get more of their power from using their fists, and they'll have extra abilities to give you more damage and whatnot.
Oh,
You can
that
also
would
use
work
stuff like
well.
staffs. Yeah,
Does
you
this
get,
Dragonborn have like hand claws or something?
No, you have a breath weapon. Tabaxi, I believe, is the only one that gets a bonus to their unarmed damage, which are like cats, kitty cat people. Yeah, you can be a monk. You get magic called Ki, which allows you to do fun stuff like hitting people really, really hard, or like 1,000 times. But they're all martial arts names like Fist. I think it's Fist of. I'm drawing a blank now. Great, awesome.
Yeah, let's go with monk. We'll go with monk.
Sure. So Dragonborn monk.
Oh wait, does that mean I can't have any weapons?
No, you still have weapons. It's just your
You have like nunchucks.
your proficiencies. Your proficiencies, which we'll go over. I actually don't think nunchucks are in D&D, as far as I know.
About
I mean,
the
how hard is it to
sword
get
chucks.
2 sticks and a piece of rope? You know.
That's my class in a
But
nutshell.
Jono.
Yeah. So you'll have access to simple weapons and short swords as a monk. Simple weapons are things like clubs. Staff is one of them. If you look in your player's handbook, you can see there's a list in the weapons section. There's simple and martial. But again, generally most of your stuff's unarmed.
So if I give him some gloves that I imbue with like seashells as knuckles,
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'm struggling to think of what particular item that would be, but yeah, you could absolutely make an item that would give him a bonus to his
It'd be like it would be like a cestus or something.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Neat.
I don't know what a cestus is.
It's basically a glove that has like an outer either like blades or spikes or just like
Okay.
what Tifa uses in Final Fantasy VII, one of the best games ever
Oh.
created.
Yeah. Or the assassin in Diablo 2.
There you go.
Speaking of
See, I was just
D&D,
thinking like fantasy brass knuckles, like, which strangely enough doesn't have a thing in D&D as far as I've seen. Like brass knuckles don't exist.
Yeah, just chalk it up under exotic weaponry.
Yeah. So yeah, so we've got Latuan playing a Dragonborn monk. Jono, have you thought of a race?
oh god, I haven't thought of a race at all.
We'll come back to you. Sorry, I see Moose in Discord. Moose out?
That works. Yeah, I
Either
went by
one.
Moose Al. Most people call me Moose. It's interchangeable at this point.
All right. Moose
Also,
out, what do you want to do?
Quick hello to Nobu in chat, who's presenting all of her weapons.
What up,
Yeah.
Nobu? And I was eyeballing a tiefling druid.
Okay, all right.
God, I love playing
Neat.
tieflings.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what's really confusing about the tiefling, which is such a minor gripe?
Hmm.
In the player's handbook, it describes tieflings as basically humans but with horns, and it's like they can have normal human shades or be various shades of red. And in the actual picture for tieflings, it's purple. It's like that's not a shade of red, but all right. Like,
I agree with you on that. I've seen that too, and I was like,
irritates me.
that's a little weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
I strangely find it way funnier for a tiefling to not be red tint and just be like a dude with just horns sticking out,
Yeah.
casual goat horns. I feel like that's way creepier
Mm-hmm.
in the land of elves and whatnot.
Yeah, like a freaking satyr, basically.
Yeah.
what
Just with regular people legs.
Mhm.
what race screams magical idiot?
Tiefling.
Human?
Well,
Yeah.
gnome.
Well, no, tieflings are intelligent more so than.
Oh,
Not
idiot.
much.
Yeah, I don't know about an idiot.
You can play anything. You know, any class can be or any race can be any class.
Think-
If you're looking for magical idiot, gnomes have a propensity to tinker. I believe it's the rock gnomes specifically have. You can like as a racial ability, you can make like a little chirping bird that like says a message. But, like it's weird and super niche, but stuff like that. That's kind of like the gnome side of things.
What class is this?
This is
So he's
for-
playing the artificer.
Oh, Jono is. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I thought Sean was talking. I thought he was talking about his character.
No, I'm just trying to make it a. You know, I am gonna go gnome.
Hi guys. No, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Servo, what are you thinking?
I'm looking at the race list, and first I wanted to know like how much of what I'm seeing on this D&D website is actually part of what we're doing. Is it just the base races?
I don't know what D&D website are you looking at?
This is D&D Beyond.
Oh, that's gonna have, I believe, all playable races depending on what.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot, so I kind of figured it was limited to a certain extent.
If you can sort by that, there should be like a source, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in there. You can sort, and it'll be the PHB or SRD. That'll get you your base list.
Okay, yeah, I see it here. PHB. Where's SRD?
SRD might not be included in that. I'm not sure. PHB's the player's handbook that contains all the base races.
What about the Eberron one that Jonna's playing from?
You can do that. I think there's Warforged and a handful of others that don't matter because Warforged are the coolest in the book.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Can I just be Warforged? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was thinking I wanted to make a Warforged Warlock.
Okay. Sure. And are we waiting on one other person? GB?
No, I think she was just gonna be in the chat for it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Team of 4. Fun. Okay, yeah. So we will, since everybody's playing, or not everybody, but since people are playing Eberron, I think it's fine to say we'll be playing in Corvair. I feel like I'm gonna get shit on by people who know Eberron way too much. But I don't know a ton about it, but it's a fun setting.
Did we get Moose set up?
Moose is the tiefling. He's the tiefling druid, correct?
Oh, okay. I blanked out for a little while, so I'm just like,
You just got into this like, I'm gonna attach a swordfish to a stick and call it a spear.
Mm-hmm. That's where my brain's at right now. Is like, how many things can I attach to sticks?
So I feel bad because you don't have the supplement in front of you because the stuff you can do is so weird. Oh man, we're gonna have a ton of fun with the Artificer.
So excited.
Yeah. So let's hop into Roll20. So I don't.
We're gonna be creating our character sheets into there.
Yeah, we'll be looking at the character sheets. If you guys pull up the Roll20 on the right hand side, if the menu is not open, you can hit the little hamburger button. It'll open up your menu. The I is called the Compendium, which has basically all of your player's handbook spells and items and other things, which you guys really shouldn't be looking at, except for spells, simply because you guys can metagame, and I don't want you to do bad. So don't look up monsters while we're fighting them.
Wasn't going to anyway.
Blast.
The newspaper tab next to it is the journal. You should see a character sheet. The name's not important right now. We'll change that. Everybody should have a character sheet that they're seeing.
Yep. We got Bakfudo and Inkabitrust.
Okay. I made an extra one. Get rid of him.
Oh god, I think I'm gonna need some of the Artificer like stuff in order to build this. Because it's asking me for hit die, it's asking me for my saving throw proficiency, my other proficiencies.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure tool would be my proficiency.
You do have a tool proficiency, yeah. Which we'll have to talk about that inside because I think you get, depending on what you pick, you get a different tool proficiency for your specialization, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so like if you take the artillerist, you get a proficiency with woodcarver's tools. I know the alchemist gets alchemist supplies proficiency. Okay, this should have updated now. So everybody only has one character sheet, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
So,
Right.
okay. So go ahead and open that character up. It should open a little pop-in window.
Yep.
And then go to it should be character sheet. It should give you the option. It should ask, do you want to create this by direct input or charactermancer? For now, we can do charactermancer.
That's what I have
And-
open currently.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it'll walk you through. It's basically like the I say idiot's guide, but it's actually a little more complex. It's what we would be doing in person. Just let's figure out what race you're going to be. So since we already have
D&D
race
for
in class,
dummies.
yeah. So go ahead and pick your race.
Mhm.
And then hit next once you're ready.
Dragonborn.
Servo, you will have to do custom for yours for the Warforged. Because unfortunately Roll20 doesn't allow a set of PHB. Let me pull up there.
How important is my alignment?
It could shift.
Not very. So
Actually, you know what?
It depends on how hard in character you want to be. Like,
well, in Eberron, alignment's less. In older editions of D&D, it was your alignment affects your choices and how you play. In 5e, it's really the other way around. It's really choices will tell you what your alignment is. And we'll also pick there's bonds, ideals, and morals, which will be it's in the player's handbook character creator, which will give you like a little. It comes from your background. It'll give you like a little taste of like, oh, this is my motivation to be in this world, kind of deal. And that's a little more. I feel that that's a little easier to play off of, roleplay wise. But it'll tell you, oh, if you like this ideal, or neutral, or good, or evil, that sort of thing. Sorry, let me pull up races. Forward.
I got it here.
Oh, you do. You have it pulled up. Cool.
Yeah, I get to choose one to add and +2 to con.
Yep.
So
So you'll have unfortunately a little more work than everybody else, but
I kind of was thinking half elf kind of has a similar feel to it, and it would be easier. I'm just gonna be half elf instead.
okay. Yeah, that works. Absolutely.
Okay, so you said that that we're starting at 3rd level, right?
3rd level, correct.
Okay, so I'm looking at Artificer's features as well, because I'm gonna have to put those in there, because I'll get Magic Tinkering, Spellcasting, Infuse Item, Artificer Specialist, the right tool for the job.
Yep.
Can I be a blue eyes white dragonborn?
Yes, you can. You absolutely can be. You realize now that you're going to have an evil twin that's the Red Eyes Black Dragon, and just simply because you're trying to run this, I mean, it has to be done. White dragons are cold.
I'll be the Dark Magician.
So you will have a 15-foot cone of cold for your breath weapon. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So I guess we just start from the top. Who wants to go first?
I still need to put in these things.
Lat, do it.
I'll go first.
Okay, that's fine. So you are a dragonborn. Your people, Board of Dragons, as their name proclaims, the Dragonborn walk proudly through a world that greets them with fearful incomprehension. Shaped by the draconic gods or the dragons themselves, Dragonborn originally hatched from dragon eggs as a unique race, combining the best attributes of dragons and humanoids. Some Dragonborn are faithful servants to true dragons, others form ranks of soldiers in great wars, and still others find them adrift. No clear calling in life. Like the name explains, you're a mix between a person and a dragon. Luckily, you're not a half-breed. You're a unique race, not, combination of freaky human and a dragon. So that's cool. Don't have to explain that. So you said you wanted to play a white dragon, so white dragons are cold dragons.
Yeah.
You're going to be essentially a white scaled dragon faced big bulky human. You can roll for size and whatnot unless you have a specific idea in mind. You're generally over 6 feet tall and like 250 pounds. So hey, this guy.
That sounds good.
There you go. So you should see these in when you're creating your character. Sorry, I'm having to go back Windows to Windows. So once you've selected Dragonborn,
Right.
alignment, just for now choose neutral.
Oh,
We'll come back to that later.
I have to change it back.
Unless you really know that you're going to be something other than neutral.
Yeah.
I was chaotic good.
I always start chaotic
We'll just
neutral.
Same.
I know my
Okay.
my play.
That's fair.
I'll start with neutral.
So as a white dragon, since you have the cold as your draconic ancestry, you will actually have resistance to cold. So that's cool.
Nice.
Which means you'll take half damage whenever you take cold damage.
Oh, nice.
So in the draconic ancestry tab, hit white dragon ancestry down at the bottom of the list.
Yep, got it.
Languages you're already set. I don't think. Yeah, you don't get any extra proficiency. So we're gonna hit next for you, and that'll take you to class. And you can hit monk.
Skill proficiencies.
So as a monk, you're going to get. Let me pull it up. Sorry, it's a little backwards from the way I like to normally build things, but I'm okay with it. As a monk, you get to pick from a list of proficiencies: acrobatics, athletics, history, insight, religion, and stealth. So you get to pick 2 of those. If you have any questions about any of them, acrobatics is dexterous movement. Athletics is strength-based movement. Athletics is like climbing walls and trees, and acrobatics is like, I want to vault over this table.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a lot of vaulting
Yeah, acrobatics is going to be one you want to go for.
over tables.
Insight,
specifically.
specifically, I know that's not super descriptive. Insight's going to be what you use if you want to like read somebody and be like, oh, I want to tell if this guy's lying to me. You would make an insight roll. It's kind of the opposite, the flip side of perception, which is like, I want to look at the world around me. It's like insight's like, I want to look at this specific person. Like I want to see what motivates him.
I got my own version of insight where I just shake them until they give me the right answer.
I believe it's intimidation with a grapple check. But yeah, we can talk about that. You sure?
I call
Yeah,
it
so
insight. I look inside of them.
Jesus Christ. I'm so excited for this character.
I went with acrobatics and athletics.
Okay. So you'll get unarmored defense. As a monk, you are allowed to, you can use your dexterity and your wisdom modifier to increase your AC, basically meaning you don't have to have any armor on, which is pretty dope.
That's awesome.
So you'll start with an AC probably higher than the rest of the group because nobody's playing any super hard martial classes. Yeah, that's dope. And you should see martial arts underneath. It should have a list, which I'm not going to read because that's too much talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically just allows you to hit people. You can use so you'll have monk weapons, which a little bit further down you'll see the oh yeah, there is nunchucks. I forgot. Not bad.
Nice.
Yeah, they do have.
I don't see nunchuck.
Scroll down a little bit. There's certain monasteries use specialized forms of the monk weapons. For example, you might use a club that is 2 lengths of wood connected by a short chain called a nunchucka.
Oh, in that, I was down in equipment.
Oh yeah. Equipment. So yeah, you'll get a short sword or any simple weapons. So if you have any weapons you have in mind, this will be the time to pick it. They basically be reflavored. Yeah, you'd have a normal weapon in the game, but we'd reflavor it. Like for example, the nunchuck would be a club. It'd have all the statistics of a club, but yours would be a super ninja club. You have anything in mind?
Are those darts poisonous?
No, they're like lawn darts.
What?
Yeah.
Can I dip them in poison?
Yeah, absolutely. You can get some poison. Sure.
You could dip anything in poison.
Yeah,
Is
you
it-
get your
is it-
fingers in poison.
Can I coat it? Can I coat it in something that will explode?
You could like tie a bomb to it.
Oh, and throw it?
I'm sure I can
Yeah.
infuse it with some form of gunpowder or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's an in-game conversation we can have. I mean,
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of stuff you can do.
I'm gonna hold on to my darts now.
I'm very much a rule of cool. Some dungeon masters are a little more anal retentive about the rules. I like for the majority of it to be rules based. In terms of like, I want to do X, I'll be like, okay, it's going to be an acrobatics check. But like, if you want to do something, I'll tell you whether it's possible or not. So you don't have to like be like, well, I want to try anyways. But for the most part, I'm gonna be like, okay, it'll be hard or difficult, or oh yeah, you can do this.
That's good
Yeah.
because we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna have so much fun.
Mhm. So Laswan, once you've done that, so your equipment we will pick later. We'll hit
Okay.
next. We'll go to abilities. You don't have any. Oh yeah, we're gonna play. I generally do standard array, which is for your abilities, which is 15, 14, 13, 12. 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. I think. Should be. For your base ability scores, we can you can put those scores wherever, and they'll obviously get your modifier like your +2 to strength. So you'll see your 6 ability scores: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
No.
Like scroll all the way up to the top.
You got to go to
Yeah.
abilities.
I'm at the top. It just says strength 2, dexterity.
No,
Blank.
those. Yeah, this is where we're gonna
Yeah.
put those in.
You go
Oh,
into the
okay,
abilities
okay.
tab.
I am on the abilities tab.
Yeah. So for your scores, you generally will want higher strength and dexterity. You said you want to be a little more dexterous, correct?
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I have to hit custom.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, custom, and it should open the scores below.
Okay, there we go. Now input your scores.
Mhm.
What was it again? Strength?
So, strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So these are where you're putting your base scores in. The modifiers will add themselves. So you've got a 15. I would put that in dexterity since you're wanting to do a dexterous monk. Followed, since you have that +2 to strength, it's not super important to add that extra. You don't have to put the 14. Simply because you're getting that +2, which is going to be a step up.
So 15 was my highest, and we're going down from there.
Yes.
Okay, so 14.
The next one's going to be 14, which I think wisdom is going to be your best bet for that one. Because that will increase your AC from your natural armor, and I believe a lot of your saves and whatnot are wisdom based.
I'll put 13 in intelligence, 12 charisma, 11.
Constitution's what decides your hit points. That's generally how hardy you are.
Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna go with 13 in there.
Yeah, as a martial class, I'd probably put a little higher than that. 10 and 11 are your base normal human average. For all these skills, you will notice you have an 8, so you're going to be bad at something, which don't take that as like a thing to avoid. I personally believe that flawed characters are better. So if you're bad at something, it makes you a better character overall, like role playing wise.
Oh,
It's
wait,
way easier to
hold on.
lean in being bad at something.
I think I entered the wrong numbers. What were my numbers again that I had to enter? It was 15, 14.
15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8.
13, 12, 10, 8. Yeah. 15 is good. 14, 13, 12, 10. Okay. 8.
So yeah, I would use either intelligence or charisma as your dump stat, which is the 8. This is naturally going to be the one you'll have a little worse time at. And these will affect your skills that are based on these abilities. Things like perception is based on wisdom. No skills are based on constitution, which is silly, but is there. But hit points are based on constitution. So that's important to keep in mind.
So I'm going to go 14 with Constitution. And we'll go.
For you, I would actually put the 10 in strength because you do get that +2 from your racial bonus.
+2.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Well, that leaves 13 for intelligence. 15, 14, 13.
12, 10, 8. So you put your 15 in dex?
10, 8. Yeah, I got 15 in dex, 14 Constitution, 13 in intelligence, 12 in wisdom, 10 in strength, and 8 in charisma.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. And then hit next, and it should update your skills at the top, or your abilities scores at the top when you move to the background.
I had a +1 in charisma.
Yep. Yeah, you have a +1. Frankly, I don't know why they get a +1 to Constitution. But, you know,
Right. So
that would just make you another half orc. So your background. Let me see what the quick build says for monks. I want to say it's acolyte.
Okay.
Again, you can pick any of them. These are. Oh, they only have one background. Good lord.
Yeah, it was only acolyte or
custom. So yeah, you can thumb through the player's handbook on backgrounds. This is actually where we're going to stop for you because this is kind of a somewhat big choice, at least for role playing wise. So read through those, and we'll start up with somebody else who wants to go next.
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
Rose up.
All right, so
yeah.
race first, right? And then as far as skill proficiencies, do I need to pick particular skill proficiencies?
If you have, as a half elf, you will have access to extra skill proficiencies. I would wait on that and come back once you figure out your background, because you'll get skill proficiencies from your class and your background.
Okay. All right.
And afterwards, we can circle back, because the 2 proficiencies you pick can be from anything, whereas the background and class abilities are a little more. There's a smaller pool to pick from.
Okay. So I got the race dialed in. So class.
Class you're going with. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Warlock.
Sorry about that. Yeah, you're playing a half elf warlock.
All right.
Ooh, charisma's a nice one. Nice thing to have. So yeah, you're as a warlock, you're casting class. I don't know how much you know about warlock. Your casting abilities based on your charisma. You've made a deal with an eldritch being or a demon or a fairy.
Definitely an eldritch being.
Sure, yeah, you can do that. But it's your ability to cast is basically you've had to convince this elder being, to sign this contract with you. It's like, how good can you talk him into giving shit? Like, talk him into, can I curse? Because I already did, and I forgot about that.
Yes. Yes, you can curse.
Okay, cool. because that'll just leak out, and I'll try not to. But
We're running a D&D session. If you're not cursing, there's something wrong.
Yeah, it's not real.
so as a half elf, your people are generally kind of like an the two worlds. You never truly fit with the elves because you're a more, and you never really fit with humans because you live a lot longer and you also look like an elf.
Right.
That's generally true in the more high fantasy settings. I actually need to talk about Eberron. So the world of Corvair, it's less like a swords and sorcery. I think that the original campaign is called Forgotten Realms that most people play in, which is the more traditional, like, oh, I walk into a tavern and I talk to the wench. Eberron is like the 1920s, like post-industrial revolution, but instead of mechanical industry, it's magic. Like magical industry has come about. Cool. Basically everything that runs on, quote unquote technology is in some way imbued with magic. There are these things there's the lightning rail, which is it's a train, but it's powered by a trapped lightning elemental that's trapped inside the engine block of this train that people have to like corral and talk to. And like, there's this idea of like, oh, these guys are like, these people who are creating these technologies are enslaving these elemental beings. And then you psychically link with like a fire elemental that's in like, it's in control of something, and you're like, hello, how are you? And he's like, flames burn all. Like they're not really, sentient's a hard word to use for elementals. They're definitely
like a wild animal, basically.
Yeah, they're the living embodiment of fire or lightning. So it's
like when I first wake up in the morning,
like bad about it for what it's worth. Which I know is super bad to say out loud, but hey,
Too late.
You're just making a case for this Warforged thing, though.
Well, the Warforged are actually like truly sentient creation.
Right. Yeah. No, I was reading about it. It's basically like someone decided to make like a sentient being, and then it started kind of like making its own race because it's somewhat organic.
So in Eberron specifically, there's a group of people. So they're dragon mark houses, quasi-governmental beings. Dragon marks are these like basically these magical tattoos that imbue people with power, and because they only imbue them on specific races, like certain marks only happen on certain races, they've created this pseudo-governmental organization called the Dragon Mark Houses, where it's like a I hesitate to say mob family because they're not like underground, but there's like the Mark of the Healers runs all of the hospitals. Any potions you get are going to be from the healing house.
Like guilds.
Yeah, guilds. Yeah, but they specifically can't own land, and I don't think they can ever be a Dragon Mark. Somebody in the Dragon Mark house can't ever be like royalty, like can't lead a government or anything.
Okay.
But they're super powerful in the world of Corvair, but they're not like malevolent for the most part. But there's the Cannith, or House Cannith, are like the makers. They have the Mark of Making. So they're like the Inventors Guild. They're actually responsible for creating the Warforged. It was a higher up in the Cannith. They had these things called the Creation Forges, which could really create basically anything. It's what created a lot of the magical items, like specifically named magic items, as well as more mundane stuff. But they use Creation Forges to build the Warforged as a basically a replacement for normal soldiers, because they're like, oh, it's a walking suit of armor.
Right.
It doesn't have feelings. And then they made it, and it's like, oh, it does have feelings. The fun thing is you're not going to be old. Our campaign will take place a few years after I believe it's the Last War. Yeah, it's the Last War, which is a giant civil war that happened in Corvair. And Warforged were created during that war, so at most you're probably like 5 years old. So that's fun, but you're not like a child mentality. But you definitely, as a Warforged, are generally less in tune to like social cues.
So I wouldn't be that charismatic then. That doesn't really make much sense, I don't think.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll stick with the half elf. I don't want it to be complicated, honestly.
Okay. So, again, any class can play anything, but
it's all good.
They're fun in this particular setting. So yeah,
Alright.
sorry, where were we? We were picking class.
Talking about Warlock.
Yeah. So as a warlock, you're a caster class that gets you draw your abilities from a pact you've made with some other
Otherworldly patron?
yes.
Gotcha.
There's fairies and demons who make these pacts based on contracts. Demons obviously want to take your soul, and fairies are like, oh, I will give you this power in return for something silly that may seem silly but is super hard to get, super specific. And then there's eldritch beasts, which are trying to let their power leach into the world.
Right, let's do that.
Yeah. So for that. Oh, is this not updating for me? Oh, that's great. There it goes. You have proficiencies with light armor, so you can wear things like leather or cloth armor. You won't be able to wear heavier things without restricting your ability to cast spells.
Okay.
So as a warlock, you have a very interesting spellcasting ability. I don't know the proper word for it. Your specific niche is a little weird.
Okay.
So most characters get a large list of spells they can cast a handful of. At third level, not a ton, but you will only ever get two full spells to cast. And whereas a wizard can pick, oh, I want to cast this spell at third level, you always cast at your highest level available. So at third level, I think you get access to second level spells. I could be wrong. You may not get that until later. But your bread and butter is actually not in your leveled spells. It's in a cantrip called Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Which is a really strong cantrip at first. And then you will add invocations you'll get. And those things can amplify your damage for Eldritch Blast. But as a cantrip, you can cast it as many times as you want. There's no, you don't have to have a spell slot for it. They're considered level 0 spells.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get your basic abilities, things like Firebolt, which is I throw a fireball that hits one person, or shocking.
So should I go into spells and select that one?
Yes,
Okay.
we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, on skill proficiencies, you have a list there. If you have any questions about what the specific things are, I think they're pretty straightforward.
Okay. So yeah, which one? What's Arcana? I guess
Arcana is magic. So if you're trying to deduce a spell effect, you'd make an Arcana check, or oh, I want to learn how this magic works without an identify spell.
Okay, so I'll do Arcana and Deception.
Okay, yeah.
And then let's see, spells level 1.
So you'll get 2 first level spells from the Warlock spell list, and you'll also get a handful of spells that you can learn from choosing your patron, which you see a little bit below that.
Yeah, okay. So patron,
which you'll have to do custom.
Right, that's fine.
I'm a little bummed they don't have more in there. So there's the Great Old One, which is essentially a Cthulhu-like being.
Right, that's fine.
Which, if you want to roll with that, you'll at first level you'll get access to Dissonant Whispers and Tasha's Hideous Laughter that you can learn spells from.
Okay.
Which are, I believe, not normally Warlock spells, but they're there. So Tasha's Hideous Laughter is it's it describes, you can basically make someone force a check on someone, and if they fail, they become overcome with this hideous cackling laughter that is contagious.
I turn them into the Joker.
Yeah. Less Joker and more Joker victims with the laughing gas. I can't remember.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they basically can't make actions until they overcome the laughter. Or I believe take damage. There's Dissonant Whispers, which is you whisper in an eldritch language, and it drives people crazy. And there's other first level spells you can find from the spell list, but that's the idea. That's kind of the flavor for the Great Old One.
Okay, and then proficiencies. I'm just going down the list. You tell me what I need to do.
So you have skill proficiencies. You already picked those. Yeah, you said Arcana and Deception.
Oh yeah, skill proficiency, and then
Oh, in the otherworldly patron.
for custom, I guess I don't get another.
Yeah, you won't get another one.
Okay,
I think that's
so additional level 1 spells. I just type these in here, I guess.
Yes, it should pop up.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah,
I update it.
Dissonant Whispers and Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Yes. Warlock. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. No, I don't see it in the list.
Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay.
Not super important right now. I'll have to go back in and I'll write all your guys' custom stuff in. I'll need to. Okay, go over to abilities. We're going to be selecting your ability score now.
Okay.
Did you select your other two in the race section? Did you select your other two, what you want to add to?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
So you do see at the top, you'll see it should be blanks and then 1 and then a 2 for charisma.
Right.
Okay, cool. So your spellcasting ability is. I would highly suggest putting your highest score in there, putting that 15 in there. From there, it depends on how you want to play your half elf. Constitution's always good because it's your health; it'll keep you alive. As a spellcaster, you'll generally have lower AC than a lot of other people, so having more hit points is nice. You can also buff that with dexterity. With light armor, you'll add. It's like a base. I think it's normal people start at 8 plus a dexterity modifier. Base level of clothing or base level of armor is I think 10, and then plus your dex, and it goes up from there. The better armor you get, but you can add your dexterity modifier. So if you want to add to that, there's that.
So where do I put this, or how do I?
Oh, you'll in the ability score method, you'll hit custom, and it should open a window down below.
Oh, okay, cool. So what are the numbers that I'm putting in?
15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. I would suggest putting the 15 in charisma to get for your spellcasting ability.
15, 14.
I can actually put this in the little 20 chat, can't I?
13?
13, 12, 10, and 8.
And is 1 0?
No.
Wait.
No, your baseline
15,
is 10.
14, 13, 12. Oh, and then one of them is 10 then.
Yes. Sorry, yes. 10 and 8. Oh, so you guys are doing fun stuff in the Roll20 chat.
What? People are doing fun stuff in the Roll20 chat?
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Direct Edition is spamming the roll button for his personality trait.
I'm over here just reading through the personality traits.
So your background will give you a bulk of your skill proficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll have a table. And again, you don't have to pick a table. If you find one that you like, we can always just go, okay, that's your bond, your moral, your ideal. But it gives you a jumping off point if you want to play a specific, like, the background really doesn't define it. It's a helpful starting point for like how you want to roll.
Okay.
And
which is why I was choosing mine instead of rolling it.
Yeah.
It's like, I know how my character is going to kind of be, so...
Exactly. Yeah, coming in with a set character, but if you don't really have like I don't know how this character is going to play, rolling's just as fine. I like to roll mine just because I like to have each character like come out on its own organically.
Right, yeah. All right, I got my abilities in here.
Okay. Next you're gonna hit save or hit next, and you're gonna be in the background section, which is in your PHB. There's a lot of options, so I'll let you read that, and we'll move on to I guess Moose is next.
Why not? Let's go.
Well, I think you're the last one actually, because Jono's gonna be way more effort.
Well, listen, I've already done a lot of the hard part here. I've been going through and setting all my stuff per artificer and per whatever needs to be done. So,
is my camera locked?
it is locked.
Yeah.
Well, let me turn it off and turn it back on.
There you go.
Hello. Sorry about that. I had no idea. My bad. Okay.
Deciding a second language is always rough.
So
what
in
sounds
Eberron,
the worst?
you know, it's a gnome artificer. You have access to what? Common, gnomish, dwarvish?
I do have. Well, I pretty much because artificer and then background acolyte, it gives me access to a lot. Abyssal, celestial, deep speech, draconic, dwarvish, elvish, giant, gnomish, goblin, halfling, infernal, orc, primordial, sylvan, and undercommon. I
That's
obviously
probably
have
a
common
question.
already.
Yeah, you have common and you have gnomish from being in. I wonder if we get extra. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Gnome. Yeah, you have common and gnomish, which uses the script. It really is up to your character whether you want to be. So, Infernal's the demon language. Abyssal, you're more. Actually, I think Abyssal's the demon language. Infernal's the language of elementals. Draconic's talking to dragons, which you'll be able to talk to Latuan's character in Draconic if you wanted.
Wouldn't I also be able to talk to kobolds and things as well?
Kobolds, I believe, speak Goblin.
Do they?
If I'm not mistaken. I could be. No, I think you're right. They are kobolds. Yes, they speak Draconic, so you could talk to kobolds.
So they worship Tiamat. They may as well speak Draconic.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. In Eberron, there's no gods, like traditional gods. Yeah, gods don't exist in the same way they exist in Forgotten Realms. They're more of man, I'm gonna offend somebody in here, but they're more like real world gods, how they don't exist, and people pray to the idea of gods, but they don't. They can never interact with canon in Forgotten Realms.
Right. They're not physical manifested beings in the game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll never run into a or you'll never see an avatar, which I think is a nice flair. Also with clerics and stuff, you're praying to the idea of a deity, and you can also because there's no physical manifestation. There's less. You can't lose the ability if you fall from grace. There's none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also have an atheistic cleric who's I believe in the good of people, and that gives them powers.
Okay.
Stuff like that. I mean, there's still definitely churches and whatnot and established religions, but less worshiping this is a seven-headed dragon that eats people and is the ultimate evil. None of that. It's more of there's the sovereign host, which is kind of in Game of Thrones. The seven. It's there's it's a singular god that has many prongs, and it's the knight and the healer, and there's the dark six, which are evil gods. But same kind of idea is that it's the same god, just different facets of it. Oh, Moose. Moose, how dare you? All right, Moose, let's run yours through.
Alrighty.
So, take it from the top. You're going to select Tiefling in the race.
Alrighty.
Alignment, hit neutral. It's not important right now.
Guess we got to go with standard tiefling for this one.
Yeah, I don't think tieflings actually have any subclasses that I'm aware of. At least in standard play.
Okay.
Yeah, just tieflings, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
But as a druid, you get access. So you'll get. Why is it not updating? Sorry, I'm trying to go back and see what you're looking at. Okay, cool. So yeah, you don't get any extra languages, but you get nice. You get dark vision, which I'm not sure who else has. I think half elf has it. I don't think gnome. No, we'll look at it later. But yeah, you can. So in dark light, or in dark conditions, you'll be able to see as if it was dim light for up to 60 feet. Basically like a rudiment form of night vision. I know the half elf warlock can get access to it's either devil sight or eldritch sight, which allows you to see in perfect color and also through magical darkness. So somebody casts like a darkness spell, or if there's other illusion trickery, you just, as a warlock, you can see through it. Yeah, so tieflings get dark vision. They get infernal legacy, which allows you to get a couple of spells as you level up that are kind of inherent to your demonic ancestry.
Nice.
Okay.
And if the darkness believes in a thing called love, can I set to see through that?
Well, you just have to listen to the rhythm of his heart.
I knew I liked this guy.
Yeah. Oh my god, that is my amp up gym song.
Yes.
Too good.
So
This is
yeah,
gonna be a
you'll
campaign.
you'll get Hellish Rebuke since we're starting at 3rd level, which is nice. But you can only cast it once per long rest. You will get Darkness at 5th level, so that's cool. We can make jokes all day long.
Okay.
So go over to class next. You're gonna from the drop down list, you'll find Druid.
Okay.
I assume you're aware of what a Druid can do.
Yes.
Yeah. So to those watching, druids are they're nature. They're basically wizards they're clerics if instead of praying to gods, they just like pray to trees. And also they can turn into animals, which is pretty great. Their bread and butter, depending on what subclass you choose, you don't have to pick it right now, but certain subclasses of druids include Circle of the Moon, which is based around your beast-shaped abilities. Let me pull them up real quick.
Basically, druids are like Zeus when he gets in the mood. Just turn into whatever you want and go to town.
God, yeah. There's others that'll allow you to basically cast spells more powerful, which I believe, Circle of Land is the spell casting. Dreams, which is not important. Yeah, Land and Moon are the big two.
So to say, I like Circle of Dreams myself.
I'll be honest, I haven't touched on it a ton. You're more than welcome to pick it. Looks like almost like a healer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like a buff druid.
Bingo.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Circle of Dreams is good then, yeah. Do that. You allow you to pick that?
Yeah,
So traditionally, druids aren't allowed to touch metal. Like they're not allowed to touch, but they aren't proficient in any metal armors, and they don't carry metal weapons, which isn't necessarily true in Eberron. Again, it's less more modern, less I guess contained, like with the clerics having to pray to a specific. But yeah, you will, being that it is a little more modern day, you might be less inclined to be like, oh, the power of nature, and be like, nature should overtake everything, which you totally can be. Not gonna say you can't, but druids
okay, good. I'm glad you're not saying I can't be that.
Being that it is, I mean, there's going to be cities and stuff that are, like modern druids find themselves more as a protector of animals and like trying to prevent, pollution and corruption of. Like they're aware that industries come and can't stop it, but they're trying to best help it, help it adapt to nature rather than destroy it.
Very true.
So you have your skill proficiencies you can pick from. If you have any questions on those, feel free to let me know.
Yes. Let's see. Shut that up. There we go. I was looking at animal handling and perception.
Okay, yeah. So animal handling is going to govern, like it says, animal handling, like wrangling animals, trying to bend their. It's like training a dog, but like on an accelerated level. If you're trying to be like, I have this friendly squirrel, I'm trying to teach it a new. It'll be animal handling, or like, I'm trying to calm this wild guard down. That'll be an animal handling check.
Fluffy, do a backflip.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, I don't think as a druid you won't really have. Oh, you get access to Druidic, the secret language that only druids know. It's essentially like it's a lot like the hobo, people will leave. It's kind of like that. People will have little hidden messages around the world that like people see it and they're just like, someone's putting graffiti up, and you'll see it and be like, there's a coven around. There's a group of druids that are nearby.
Well, them damn kids again.
Yeah.
That's Druidic whippersnappers.
Yeah. Your ability score, your spellcasting class is wisdom. So you'd want to put that 15 in wisdom. It's a suggested constitution. It's another great one. When you B-shape, you will keep your mental stats. So your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Your strength, dexterity, and constitution were replaced by the beast you turn into. Which we can talk about things you want to turn into. Generally, druids can turn into any they've seen. But when I play druid, I like to have 4 or 5 that I pick out that I'm like ready to go. Okay, here's what I turn into on a regular basis. Kind of like WoW druids, how it's like, I normally turn into a bear or a cat.
Right.
But you can
turn into a giant owl and do this all day.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll let you pick that. I actually need to run to the restroom. So I'll be back in a second. But after that, look through the backgrounds, and I think we're actually pretty much done. Because the rest is going to be backgrounds, and then we'll talk outside of the stream about where we want to go from there, in terms of building a story and whatnot. Oh, you guys need names too.
Oh, I already named my character.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
If you need help on names, there are plenty of generators for. I leave the 20 game. Oh no, there it is. Biff, nice.
My name is Biff.
Yeah, actually, if you guys want to think of character names and introduce yourself, that would be sick. And I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'll be right.
Nice.
Perfect.
Right? Hitting the ground running, motherfucker. So, what character names are y'all looking into?
Alright, so my name is Biff. I grew up out by the creek. I didn't have a lot growing up, but I know how to put things together with a stick. I got a lot of sticks out by the creek, and it's a lot of fun.
Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, boy.
Servo, what have you concocted?
I'm getting there.
Nice.
I need a name. I need a good name. I'm thinking.
Vaginald Poonsley.
I was thinking like Howard P. Life Raft.
See, out of the creek, we choose our names by whatever sound things make when they hit other stuff. So I took a squirrel and I hit it against a raccoon and it made a biff sound. Not the animals, the sound of them hitting.
Right.
And that's how I got my name.
See, I'm over here sitting like, Alsace. Just think coming up with druidic names, and then we got Biff from the Crick. I'm like, well. I'll have to wrangle it in a little bit then.
I guess I should have like a Cthulian name.
It would be fitting.
Like.
How would you spell that?
It's spelled like this.
Every time that you say your name, your eyes just roll back, and all of a sudden, demonic screeches just start coming out.
Tentacles start coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
All right, this is Biff from the Crick. Here's my other associate. Like, yeah, right? No, that's his fucking name.
That's his name.
What did I just walk back into?
We're trying to think of names.
Okay.
And I was like, well, if I'm gonna be worshiping, one of the old outer gods, or who knows, I should have like a Lovecraftian name, so it should sound something like.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, I'm totally fine with that. I just want to remind you that born a half elf first,
I know.
and then took that later. Totally can take a second name in later in life, though. Totally down for that. There should be a Cthulhu name, or there should be like a Lovecraft name.
I am
online.
Fine. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So we've got Biff.
Yep, I'm Biff. I grew up out by the creek. I like sticks. I'm sorry. I love sticks.
I really like the name Bakafuda. I don't know why. That's a really good, I'm writing that down. I'm going to have to come back to that.
Bocephus.
Bakafudu?
Who's dark blue? Musa has the name generated was Bakafudo, and I don't know why. I just really like it. I don't know what it fits, but it's a funny sounding fantasy name.
My ability numbers. What are the numbers?
Oh, you're gonna want to do. You're doing intelligence first because that's your casting ability. I would give yourself a high. Yes, you will want to have high intelligence. Like we talked, though, you don't necessarily have to flavor it as I'm a wizened, studied scholar. You're redneck smart.
Yeah.
You're but you do need a high intelligence stat because your spells are going to be based on that.
So what are my numbers that I'm tinkering with?
They're in the Roll20 chat: 15, 14, 10, and 8.
How do I check that chat again?
On the right side, hit the word balloon.
Oh, the chat bubble once you open the hamburger menu.
Next to the newspaper.
Yep, I see the bubble. So wait, who's rolling 6, 1, 4, 3, 6, 7, 1?
Oh, don't worry about that. Yeah, just scroll down.
Oh, there it is. 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I guess 8's the one that I was missing. I actually don't have a 13. Dexterity, how important would that be for me?
Do you envision your gnome art being dexterous? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I also don't imagine them being charismatic either.
But I mean, if you're fitting things together, it's a level of dexterity in that, so you're like, pipe goes in hole.
Yeah, well,
So
I'm already marking wisdom down as my lowest skill.
Okay.
That's fine.
And I feel like that fits with the redneck side of just I wonder what I wonder what would happen if I put gunpowder in a sock and lit it on fire. Let's find out.
That's what we call a mighty fine celebration out by the creek.
So I'm gonna say you guys haven't adventured together before, but you're drinking buddies in the city of Sharn. Sharn is a large city in Corvair in Breland, and it's essentially like New York City, except the city's based in levels. Sharn is I believe it's the city of towers. There are these magical floating pieces of land that people have built bridges to and built towers on top of them, and it's just like a series of escalating towers. It's quasi. Have you guys ever seen Dread?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The mega city is kind of like what Sharn is. Like it's levels on levels on levels, but less. There's definitely seedier parts the lower you go, but up top, it's designated into. There's the lower city, there's the upper city, and then there's the like the undercity, which is where the forges are. It's where a lot of the manufacturing goes on. It's also where a lot of gangs end up being. It's mainly human, but there's a smattering of other races. There's a large goblin presence in the lower city, actually, but predominantly human and other normal races. Halfling. Goblins. That's the one thing I think Corvair really separates itself from, at least in races, is that goblins are just people in society. They definitely have a kind of like, people are definitely a little bit racist towards them, but they're not necessarily monsters. They're not kill on sight kind of things. But if you get swarmed, if like a swarm of goblins runs up to you and like bumps into you, you check your pockets afterwards. That sort of thing. Yeah, you don't have to kill them on sight. You've come to Sharn for your very and one night drinking in the bar, this guy walks in and he looks a little worse for wear, and he wanders over and sits down with you and starts talking, and that's where we're gonna pick up the first session. But so just be ready to have bar talk.
I already got my beer.
I was about to say.
Yeah. So you guys have been friends for a while. You've done basic introductions yet, or did I miss that? Or
I don't think the rest of us have done basic. I've done basic introduction.
Okay.
I think they were still trying to decide names.
Okay,
Yeah, mostly.
Sure.
I finished mine is Zar, like charcoal, but with an X.
Okay.
Charcoal, okay.
Just talk to us about charcoal. What's he do? What's his? Where's he coming from? Well, I guess you would know that. I mean, you can come from anywhere.
Yeah,
What's
Zarkle
your,
come from anywhere.
The grand
Elsewhere.
city of anywhere.
Were you raised by the temple? Did you find the temple after? I don't want to give you a Batman backstory, but like your parents died, or was it you just decided to see the world and figured a monastic temple was the way to go?
Well, my parents died, and then my, because Dragonborn are like very clanted, right?
Yeah, that's more of the Forgotten Realm side of things. It doesn't necessarily follow in. I mean, you would definitely be more attached to your family because you're a race, but it's not necessarily like, oh, you come from a city of only Dragonborns. Like, they're just integrated into society. But it's just like, there's like 2% of the population in most cities is Dragonborns at most. You were probably the only Dragonborn kid in your class in elementary school.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Damn kids.
Always got.
So your parents were killed.
My parents were killed, and I was sent to the temple where another relative.
Perhaps a friendly monk named Gordon?
The fisherman?
I was thinking Commissioner Gordon, but all right.
The Gordon's Fisherman.
But now it's Gordon. You're absolutely right. It's Gordon.
But this friendly temp, I was sent to the temple where I was raised by the monk,
Okay.
and I was the monk named Gordon Fishshire. Man,
I'm writing this down. It's too good.
Gordon Fisherman.
So, what do you see as your reason for being sent to Sharn? Are you leaving the temple to get a taste of the real world, or are you on a mission?
hold on, I checked this.
Oh, I didn't set any of this up during mine.
My aspirations, I seek to make myself worthy of my God's favor by matching my actions against his or her teachings.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you set out on a quest of self-discovery to try to prove yourself to Gordon Shireman and emulate his path. I dig it. Okay. All right. Said your name was Zarkol, like charcoal with an X.
You all right there, Moose?
Well, no, I'm trying to. I can't hear Mr. D. Freezy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, gotcha.
Sticker, sticker.
Well, I heard that, and I'm ever so glad that I did.
Okay. Am I supposed to have a last name? Do I have to have a last name?
Oh, I definitely don't.
Okay.
You can be like Prince or Cher.
Or Biff.
Or the symbol.
My last name is at twitch.tv.
And your clan name, please like and subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. How did he know?
First name is don't forget to click that bell.
My first name is Servo.
Oh, it's Servo?
Servo at twitch.tv.
Yeah. It's like Leonardo da Vinci.
Exactly.
Twitch.tv is the city where you're from.
Yeah.
Muso, any idea on
Yes.
names? Let's hear it.
hmm So I am Ballinard all day.
You should switch it. I only say that because I know someone in real life who's named All Day. That's a real name.
Oh.
Is it like all day with him like an
All Day.
A-L-D-Y.
A-L-L-D-A-Y. That's how he
Yeah.
spells it.
Oh, this is A-L-D-E-Y all
Even
day.
better.
And then Ballinard. B-A-L-I-N.
D-A-Y?
A-L-D-E-Y.
D-Y. Okay.
Then
Ballinard, spelled
Ballinard.
like it sounds?
B-A-L-I-N-A-R-D.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Alright, that's been updated. So
All
we're
right.
just missing a name for Servo's character, and we'll have that down. And then we can do a little introduction talk, and then set us up for next campaign, next game.
Where do I hit save?
You have to go all the way through.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, you should be able to edit. That actually might be my option.
Okay, now I was gonna ask you because I was doing background.
Mm-hmm.
What do I put for background? Custom?
Yeah, custom. I'll end up doing that. You guys send me.
Okay.
chosen. I'll fill that in for you. This is just a lot of typing.
Yeah, do I need equipment as well?
Equipment will come from your class. Again, that's something we'll talk about in private message because that's more of a one-on-one kind of.
Yeah.
And then the spells, I've got the spell list over here for the Great One spell, so I don't need to set that, right?
It won't let me set spells or cantrips.
So I don't forget.
So,
well, Eldritch Blast is still the cantrip, or?
So the reason why it won't let you set Jono is because
as custom class.
Actually, no. Artificers, yes, it's because it's a custom class. I'm not sure about Artificers, whether they can swap spells out. Sorry, it's been a while since I've looked at it. I know, like in Musa's case, Druids every morning can pick a new set of spells. They have their entire spell list to work from at all times.
I sent the Artificer wiki list in our Discord chat that has on hand like everything that I get for each level. Because at level 3 I'll have 2 cantrips and 3 level 1 spells. But I don't know where I'm choosing them from and what my class's spells are yet.
That'll be in your supplement, Eberron, Rising from the Last War.
Yep. So
available at Darby's Dungeon.
Once I purchase that from Darby's Dungeon, then I will have that on hand.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, for Musao, he's going to have access to the entire spell list at all times. Every morning he'll pick, it's called preparing spells. He'll pick which ones he wants to pick for the day. Most druids will have like a set list of spells, but if like you're going into like, oh, I'm going into, we're going into a dark cavern and I don't have something that provides light picked, I can swap one of my spells out. Warlocks, though, your spell list is set. You get to, I believe you get to swap out at levels. I'll have to look into it, but you have a very small list of spells that you can cast that are available to cast. That you'll have to pick them from your Warlock spell list.
Right.
But those will stick with you constantly.
But do I need to type them in right now?
No, right now. No. All right. That'll be an after the fact.
So then I got the bio and then review. Oh, I haven't chosen any language. Okay, I guess I'm gonna. It just says building my character.
No, you're good.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come behind for the custom stuff and just fill all that out for you, so y'all don't have to worry about it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have an idea for your name?
Yeah, it's Servo at twitch.tv.
Is it really?
No, yeah, that's what I've put it. I just
that's what you're going to put.
Okay. I think I need to change a setting so it shows up as your character names. I can fix it later. Yeah, so Servo at twitch.tv. Keep going. So Bolinard, Biff, Servo, and Zarkol. You guys are in Eberron, Sharn, for reasons, one reason or another, you've ended up at Tavern. Or Leaky Tabard, sorry. And in walks a gentleman. He plops down at your table. And that's what we're going to pick up next session. And I'll have maps and fun stuff for you guys. I'll send you guys some direct messages on Discord, and we'll talk more about like stuff like picking spells. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And Jono, we'll have to go over your stuff once you purchase the Eberron Rising from the last.
Yep.
Available at Darby's Dungeon. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done.
Dude,
at least for my stuff.
Thanks again, Austin. We really appreciate this, man.
Yeah, definitely. Also, Prince Recluse in chat has been running Roll20 campaigns for a little while, and he is offered to help out if you need it for setting things up and everything. He just said, "Holy shit, this might be the same campaign I'm doing."
No spoilers.
A Sharn Eberron campaign.
I'll be honest, Prince. I'm starting from Sharn because it's where I've played one of my campaigns in. We're not actually in Sharn. We're gonna leave immediately, but yeah, it will be in Eberron. So don't get mad at me if I mess stuff up. So
yay, messing stuff up. We're really good at that thing. That's our favorite thing.
Exactly what I'm here for.
All right, so when can we? When are we gonna pick back up?
like 2 weeks from today.
Yep,
Awesome.
sounds good. 2 weeks from today, so 2 Fridays from now, we'll be going through, and I'll have we'll have instead of the name cards that you see down here, I'll have our character names instead,
Yeah.
because we will be in character by then.
100%.
Hell yeah.
It's just turning into an RP server.
It's already done.
Get ready.
Oh, no, I spelled it out for my character.
I'm already ready. Biff's here. Biff's ready to rock.
So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about where your characters come from. I'll put some helpful links in chat if you want to like get it. Like if you want an accent, ooh, love me some accents. I'll be doing crappy ones all throughout the campaign. So get to that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be running my crick accent all day.
Your crick.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna have to buy you in the swamp of diddlies and everything going on.
He's constantly going to be asking Musa to turn into a croc. Why don't you turn into a little croc?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrestle you.
Listen here, Moose. You ever suck a whole gator tail right out from the front of the gator? That's just
Jesus Christ.
that's just a Tuesday out on the creek.
Oh God.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wow.
Nice. All right. All right, guys.
Good sesh. Good sesh.
Good
Yeah.
sesh. And we'll pick back up on in 2 weeks on that. Otherwise, podcast will be
24th
up on Sunday. 7 p.m. as
That's
always. And one more time, where can we find additional D&D things if anyone in chat needs any additional help? If you're in
Yeah, if you guys-
local Jacksonville area.
Yeah, if you guys are looking to pick up some supplements, my friend Darby is opening up a game shop called Darby's Dungeon. It's off Beach in San Pablo, right next to Bagels R Us. In addition to D&D supplements, she also has tons of other board games and other nerd paraphernalia. If you guys need anything, her list is online. Facebook, Instagram, Darby's Dungeon. Give her a shout. Let her know I sent you.
Perfect. Oh, look at that. And link is in chat now.
Ooh.
What a fantastic time.
Hell yeah.
So, Jono, I will see you at the dungeon soon.
That you will. Or you'll see me from delivering my Eberron book.
Yeah,
Sick.
yeah, that's really much it. Come with a nice little face mask.
I'll be wearing my full mask. Probably my shark mask. So be prepared for that.
Nice. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, guys.
All right, well, I will go ahead and cut out things, but thank you guys, stream, for hanging with us while we create the characters.
Yeah.
Is there? Oh, actually, we'll send some love over to Jack Don't Care right now. He's playing some Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Look at
Awesome.
that. Send some raid over.
He's doing an RP.
Oh, is the? I thought his RP was
It's
at 8 as well, or 7.
8 Pacific.
Oh, so not specific. Got it. All right, guys. Well, then, chat, we are out. Thank you guys for hanging out. As always, follow us on social media. Follow Darby's Dungeon on social media everywhere. And we will see you guys on Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.